In this fast moving world where everything seems to be about hustling and being productive, everywhere you look, it's productive mornings, productive nights, productive days. And honestly, even on my own channel, I've posted so many of those videos. But lately, I've realized something. Having a slow day or even just a slow morning is actually such a luxury. It's a privilege. And when I get to experience that, it feels less like being lazy and more like a blessing. I mean, we all hustle, we have to meet deadlines, to show up at work, to get one chore done before moving on to the next, and then another, and another, and another. But the real question is for how long? Like, till when? Because if the answer is till the day I die, I don't think that's the kind of life I want to chase. It just doesn't feel like living. Now, don't get me wrong, working day and night on a passion project, that's a completely different vibe. I don't even consider that work because it feels fun, like you're building something that's yours. But what I'm really talking about here is the other side of it, being an employee, working for someone else. That's where the endless hustle starts to feel heavy. And on those days, having even one slow morning feels like such a gift. Weekends are fine. Somehow my mind just chills a little because, well, it's the weekend. But weekdays, that's a whole different story. Especially Mondays. The Sunday scaries are so real. It's this weird mix of anxiety and overthinking before the week even begins. And for me, it's not just about logging into work at 10 o'clock. It actually starts even before that. Like, I push myself to get up and do something physical, and in my case it's boxing class. But there are days when even that feels like a burden, because when I wake up, my head's in this weird space. I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to see anyone, and the thought of rushing out the door, quickly getting ready, and forcing myself into that routine, it just drains me before the day even begins. And I think that's the real reason why slow mornings feel so precious. They let you breathe, they let you start the day without all that noise, without that pressure, just slower, calmer, and more human.
これは素敵なデザートですね。
And look, I get it, working out is important both for physical and mental health. But the thing is, with the kind of routine I have, I don't have the privilege to do it at, say, late morning or noon. And once I log in for work, it's pretty much non stop until evening. And by the time I log out, I need so much time just to decompress from the day that I can't even think about leaving my house even for a minute. So mornings are my only shot, and yeah, it's hard dragging myself out of bed, pushing through when all I want is a slower start. But at the same time, once I get it done, there's a sense of accomplishment, like finally, one of the hardest parts of the day is already behind me. It's funny because on one hand you want your mornings to be calm, quiet, almost meditative, but on the other hand you're starting your day by pushing your body, fueling it with adrenaline. It's like living in two completely opposite spaces at once. We will be working from our floor today. This bed is way too tempting for me to just lay there, sleep, and just use my phone. So decided I'll come on the floor. I have my desk. God, I'm so tired. I'm tired not physically, I'm tired like I feel like I haven't had a minute for myself since morning, because back to back to back to back something or the other kept happening. Chores, class, and then more chores, and then it was time for me to log in. Yeah. The only little bit of like relief I had was when I was drinking my coffee, but then I quickly realized that I was really late for my other things to be done. Man, this is way too tiring. I'm way too tired. And I have a meeting now. Uh, it's okay. It's okay. I should be happy that I have a job and I choose to do this job. It's okay. We're gonna have a great Monday. Or at least we'll try to have a great Monday. I like the angle from here. I mean the color looks so good, right? But then I lift up, it's the window. But I can't help it. It's nice here. I have the bed support. Okay, I'm just blabbering now. Okay, the meeting's about to start. Bye bye. Mondays make me so anxious, and I'm pretty sure there are few of you out there who might feel the same way. And I've realized the vibe that you set on a Monday really matters because somehow it carries over into the rest of the week. And that's why I try to start Mondays with something that feels more me. For me, it's like doing my Japanese lessons, or recently, I even started learning music. And yeah, I totally suck at it right now, but that's kind of the fun part, right? You always suck when you're just starting out. But at the same time, stacking everything together, workouts, hobbies, and then immediately logging into work, sometimes it feels like my brain's been doing back to back sparring rounds before the actual workday even begins. By the time I'm in front of the laptop, I'm already trained, and that's the balance I keep struggling with, wanting Mondays to start on a good note, but also not overloading them so much that I burn out before noon. It's one of those afternoons, the kind that makes working feel a little easier, and my dog's just here watching me like he's the manager, and yeah, the pigeons are out. And then the rain starts. As I plug my laptop into charge, I can't help but laugh at how I need the same thing too. These little pauses in the day, that's what helps me recharge and keep going. Slow days are really what keep me from burning out. Not every day is going to look like this, and honestly, not every day needs to. Some days are messy, they are chaotic, they're just about getting through work and ticking boxes. But I think that's exactly what makes days like this feel so special. These slower, softer days remind us what to value, they ground us because if every day looked picture perfect, we'd probably stop appreciating it. And let's be real, life isn't a movie. It's not always bathed in golden light with everything perfectly aesthetic like you see in cinema or on Instagram. Most of the time, it's coffee stains, long meetings, rushing out the door, ooh, the frustration, and feeling like you're barely keeping up. But that's what makes days like this, cloudy skies, quiet moments, the cute dog, plants growing slowly in the corner, feel almost cinematic in their own way, not staged, not polished, just real. On On days like this, I get the space to sit with myself and think about where I'm headed. Working on my vision board isn't just about cutting and pasting pictures, it's about slowing down long enough to ask myself what I really want and what actually matters. These are the kind of things I probably ignore on a busy day, but in the quiet, they start to feel a lot clearer. And maybe you could try that too. Give yourself a moment to pause and check in with your dreams. But if I'm being super duper honest, I didn't actually finish it. That night, I stopped halfway and I told myself I'd get back to it the next day. But then life happened. One thing after another kept coming up, and yeah, it's still sitting there unfinished, looking at me right now. Oh, those pictures. Oh. But maybe that's okay too, because it's kind of like life, right? We are all a little bit of a work in progress. Ah, yes, journaling. The one thing we see almost every single person doing in their videos on the internet. So real, so authentic of me, right? But honestly, journaling has been a part of my life for over a decade now, and this year, 2025, is when I really became consistent with it. Usually, I'd sit down on Sundays, reflect on the week, and just spill everything onto the paper. See, I am a professional overthinker, okay? I know for sure half of the thoughts in my head are completely useless. So I need a place to unload them. And the more I write, the clearer things get. So many times I'd start furiously ranting about something that made me so angry, and then halfway through writing, I'd realize, wait, why am I even holding on to this? It's out of my control. I did what I could. It's time to let it go. And that shift, ooh, that's powerful. I've realized that the words we surround ourselves with slowly shape how we think. So I started putting up these affirmations in places I know I'll look at without even trying, like my mirror. I like having small reminders like this in my space, things I can glance at while I'm brushing my teeth or getting ready. Some days I take them seriously, some days I just smile at how cheesy they are, but either way, they remind me to be gentle with myself. And maybe that's the whole point of a slow day. It's not just about moving slowly, but also speaking to yourself softly, telling yourself that you're doing fine, you're doing great. You gotta just chill a bit. You know, I've realized something on those busy hustle days when everything feels rushed, even the simplest little chores like washing a couple of dishes or wiping down the table suddenly feel so exhausting. It's like your brain is already so cluttered that adding one more thing, no matter how small, just feels impossible. But on a day like this, when the pace is slower, when I actually give myself permission to just exist without rushing, those same chores feel completely different. Washing dishes feels almost therapeutic, like I'm rinsing away the heaviness from my mind. Wiping down my desk feels like I'm clearing the space, not just on the table, but inside my head too. It's kind of crazy how the energy you bring into these tiny everyday tasks changes how they feel. And honestly, I think that's why slow days feel like such a luxury, because it's not just about resting, it's about letting ordinary moments turn into something soothing. And of course, after all that comes my favorite part, sitting down with a snack, guilt free, just enjoying the little comfort it brings. It's the simplest things like this that end up making me feel the most grounded. There's something about just looking up at the sky that makes everything else feel smaller. Like for a moment, the noise in my head quiets down, and I'm reminded that life doesn't always have to be so heavy or so fast. And maybe that's why holding on to slow days feels so important. They give us room to breathe, to move freely, to dance without reason, without anyone watching, without expecting anything from ourselves. They let me wander aimlessly, watch the sky change colors, feel the breeze run through my hair, and suddenly doing nothing feels like doing everything my heart needed. These pauses, these little pockets of time, they feel so priceless, a kind of quiet gift I don't want to take for granted. Because the more I grow older, the more I realize not everyone has the privilege of slow mornings, let alone slow days. And while that thought is worrying, it also reminds me of the importance of balance, of finding even the smallest ways to slow down wherever I can.